Swimmers get out of the water after taking part in the Christmas Day Serpentine Swim in Hyde Park, London. Reuters. Stuart Broad of England bowls during a net session at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, Australia. The fourth Ashes Test starts on Boxing Day. Getty staff members console each other as they survey the damage after a fire destroyed a number of buildings at London Zoo. An aardvark has died and 4 meerkats are missing. 8 zoo workers have been treated by paramedics after a desperate attempt to save the animals from the blaze, which broke out in a petting area. Druids, pagans and revelers gather in the centre of Stonehenge, hoping to see the sunrise, as they take part in a winter solstice ceremony at the ancient Neolithic monument of Stonehenge. Despite a forecast for cloud and rain, a large crowd gathered at the famous historic stone circle to celebrate the sunrise closest to the winter solstice, the shortest day of the year. The event is claimed to be more important in the pagan calendar than the summer solstice, because it marks the rebirth of the sun for the new year. Getty Images. Polish Defence Minister Antoni Macierewicz, British Defence Minister Gavin Williamson in the presence of Polish Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki and Britain's Prime Minister Theresa May sign a treaty between the Republic of Poland and the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland on cooperation in the field of defence and security. PAA protester wears a Stop Brexit hat outside the Palace of Westminster. Reuters. The choristers of St Paul's rehearse for a series of services and concerts over the Christmas season at St Paul's Cathedral in London. Reuters. Joe Root, the England captain, is interviewed after Australia regained the Ashes. England lost by an innings and 41 runs in the third test at the WACA in Perth. Getty photos of Richard Ratcliffe and his wife Nazanin Zaharia Ratcliffe, who has been jailed in Iran, on display at their home in North London. Mr. Ratcliffe says he believes there is still a chance she may be released from an Iranian prison in time for a dream Christmas together. PA Oxford Street in London is filled with shoppers, with 8 shopping days before Christmas. Rex. Johnny Bairstow of England headbutts his helmet to celebrate his century during Day 2 of the third Test match in the 201,718 Ashes series between Australia and England at the WACA in Perth, Australia. Bairstow was embroiled in controversy at the beginning of the tour after lightly headbutting Australian opening batsman Cameron Bancroft in an exchange in a bar. People at the Grenfell Tower National Memorial Service. PA wax figures of Prime Minister Theresa May and Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson wearing a Christmas jumper. At Madame Tussauds. EPA victims and family of victims of the Grenfell Tower fire. Nicholas Burton left, Sandra Rua's second right, Kareem Musselhe right, and a girl who asked not be named second left, hand in a petition to Downing Street, asking for an overhaul of the public inquiry. PAA homeless man on the streets of Manchester. Many people are spending the night on the streets in freezing temperatures as the Met Office continues to issue weather warnings across the country. The shelter charity has said that more than 300,000 are now homeless across Britain, equating to the population of a city the size of Newcastle. Getty pedestrians walk over the Millennium Bridge with St Paul's Cathedral pictured in the background as snow falls. Getty Images. British Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson, left, and Secretary of Iran's Supreme National Security Council Ali Shamkhani, right, with interpreter at centre, during their meeting in Tehran, Iran. Johnson is expected to discuss the fate of detained British-Iranian woman Nazanin Zaharia Ratcliffe, who is serving a 5-year prison sentence for allegedly plotting to overthrow Iran's government. British Prime Minister Theresa May and European Commission President Jean-Claude Juncker address a press conference at the European Commission in Brussels. Getty Images. Nick Dunn, one of the so-called Chennai Six, is greeted by his sister Lisa as he arrives at Newcastle Airport after being released from India after serving 4 years in jail on weapons charges. PA Britain's Queen Elizabeth II greets Nigeria's ambassador to the United Kingdom, George Adesola Oguntade, and his wife, Modupe Oguntade, during a private audience at Buckingham Palace in central London. Getty. 800 abandoned buckets appear at Potters Field Park, London, in a moving tribute to the 800 children who die every day, on average, due to a lack of clean water and sanitation. Just one bucket in the installation, part of WaterAid's untapped appeal, could hold almost enough safe drinking water for one child for a week. Every £1 donated to the untapped appeal until the 31st of January 2018 will be matched by the UK government. WaterAid. Ollie Dixon. British Prime Minister Theresa May smiles to European Union President Donald Tusk as she attends Brexit negotiations meetings at Getty. The last supermoon of 2017 sets over Whitley Bay, Northumberland, PA. The crowd reacts as England's Dorad Mallin fails to stop a boundary during the first day of the Second Ashes Test match. Reuters. England manager Gareth Southgate jokes with Belgium manager Roberto Martinez after their sides were drawn in the same group during the final draw for the 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia. Getty Images. A supporter of Lauri Love, who is accused of hacking into U.S. government computers, wears a Donald Trump mask as he protests in front of the Royal Courts of Justice in London. A sign reading "We want our future back" is displayed in front of Westminster during an anti-Brexit demonstration. Rex features this year's innovative VA Christmas tree. The singing tree is shaped from a cloud of floating words, contributed by visitors, and is created by leading stage and performance designer S. Devlin. Rex features David Jones and Margaret Tyler wait outside Kensington Palace after hearing about the engagement of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Rex sailors from the Royal Navy perform the changing of the guard ceremony at Buckingham Palace for the first time in its 357-year history. PA Arlene Foster gives her leader's speech during the annual DUP party conference at Lamont House. Getty Images. Ex-England footballer Michael Owen prior to riding in a charity race at Ascot Racecourse. Rex shoppers pass a promotional sign for Black Friday sales discounts on Oxford Street. Up. Getty. Britain's Chancellor of the Exchequer Philip Hammond poses with a budget box at 11 Downing Street. EPA protesters hold up a banner during a protest held in solidarity with the University of London cleaners' strike. Petros Alia. British Prime Minister Theresa May greets Ghana's President Nana Akufo-Addo outside No. 10 Downing Street. Getty. Grigor Dimitrov reacts to winning the men's singles final with a trophy. During Day 8 of the Nitto ATP World Tour Finals at the O2 Arena in London, PA Central Scotland, MSP Richard Leonard is congratulated by Glasgow MSP Anna Sarwar at the Glasgow Science Centre after he was announced as the new leader of Scottish Labour. Jane Barlow. Per. British military working dog Marley poses for a photograph with his handler, Corporal Daniel Hatley, after receiving the PDSA Dickin Medal, the animal equivalent of the Victoria Cross, for his heroic action in Afghanistan. Reuters. Theresa May chats with resident Val Lay during a visit to a housing estate in London. Up. Getty. Richard Radcliffe leaves the Foreign Office with his local MP Tulip Sadiq, following a meeting with Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson. Mark Wardrex. Four-time Olympic champion Samo Farah after being awarded a knighthood by Queen Elizabeth II. PA